Hi, everybody. My name's James, and you're watching California High Desert Preacher. And it's unfortunate, it's very urgent that you watch this video and listen very carefully. But before I play the video clip, I want to assure you that if you don't become proactive and stand up and fight against a tyrannical government and corporations that have joined together in a Adolf Hitler, Mussolini, and a fashion that reminds us of what, you know, being fascist is, then you're going to lose your ability to be able to go out into public venues, to be able to dine, to be able to see doctors, to be able to purchase groceries, to be able to pay for your bills, and to be able to run errands and to be able to run your household as we see fit right now. I wanted to share with you that New York City is requiring people to take the poke. This is not a joke. They're requiring people to take the poke, and the citizens of New York City that don't take the poke are being told they cannot enter into restaurants, they cannot come into gyms, and they cannot go into many other venues. And people like I warned you on my American Man 1967 channel that I had on CensorTube and BitChute.com. I've been telling people this since 2019 that this day was coming, and you're going to be forced to take a medical treatment that was only run through probably one or two clinical trials. It only took 8 months for the government to get a temporary approval from itself to issue. This is remembrance of World War II, or should I say Germany pre-World War II, when Adolf Hitler and Mussolini was able to captivate their populations, hypnotize them, program them, and then intimidate them with brown shirts and force them to accept the changes. I want to let you know now the changes that are taking place here in America are long for everlasting. We can never go back and will never be the same again. If you sit down idly by on your hands and ask yourself, what can I do? There's nothing that I can do about this. You are already defeated. So I want to challenge you to form coalitions, come together in your neighborhood, get together with your family members and your friends, with your pastors, with your church members, and go out and make a public display. Okay, I don't condone violence, but make a public display with signs and loudspeakers and microphones. March down your city streets and tell the government and tell corporations we're not going to take this. And the reason why these corporations are doing this is because more and more of the population are accepting the communistic medical treatment that goes against the freedom of all humanity.
New York City has become the first city in the nation to require proof of COVID-19 vaccination for workers and customers at indoor restaurants, gyms, and entertainment venues. It's an executive order that takes effect August 16th. But even before that executive order, the world-renowned chef Eric Ripert announced his award-winning New York City seafood restaurant, Le Bernardin, would require its customers and staff show proof of vaccination. We are delighted to have Chef Ripert with us right now. Chef, so good to see you. Talk to us about how you came to this decision. Was this an easy decision for you and your team to require vaccinations? And also, how do you plan to enforce that vaccine requirement?
So, of course, it's not an easy decision to take. First of all, we started to ask to our employees to be fully vaccinated to be able to work at Le Bernardin. And in the dining room, our employees wear masks. And now we ask our clients to basically show proof of vaccination as well if they want to dine at the restaurant. And we have been kind of proactive. So we are starting tomorrow to make those asks. And we are calling our clients to make sure that they have time to let us know if they have the vaccine or not. And we are going to implement that at the door our maitre d' and the hostesses will ask people to show their vaccination card or vaccination passport, and then we'll be able to dine with us.
Yeah, Chef, this is actually something that you see happening quite a bit in Europe. And in order for you to dine indoors, you have to provide that proof of vaccination. But here at home, we have seen a lot of people really balk at the idea that they need to show or prove that they have been vaccinated, especially as we've seen some of these vaccination rates stall in parts of the country right now. Are there at all concerns that some of the clients, some of the diners are not going to want to provide that proof of vaccination, or could perhaps, as we've seen in the case of some of the airlines, become loud or unruly when faced with these new regulations from the restaurant?
Well, what we noticed since yesterday is that on the phone, our clients are actually very happy about our decision. They feel very comfortable to come to the dining room and have an experience. On social media, I had a bit of backlash, and I have some negative comments from many people on Instagram and Twitter. But again, when people are calling the reservation department or when we are reconfirming their reservations, the clients are pretty happy about that.